Being single is not easy, especially when everyone else around you is dating. And even if you're not really that interested in dating, you'll just be constantly reminded of how lonely you are. Story of my life! However, this film takes that to the next level, as all the singles in this fictional world are hunted and then turned into an animal of their choosing. Wanna know how and why? Then stay with me till the end. It's gonna get really weird. Hello guys and girls and everyone, what's up? This is V and you are watching Movies Hunter. In this video, I'm going to talk about a drama romance film released in 2015 called The Lobster. So in the opening scene, we see this man. His name is David and his wife has recently left him for another man. So he is brought to this hotel where he will be staying for a couple of days. He has a dog named Bob who is also with him and apparently once used to be his brother. Yes, his brother, but was transformed into a dog for not having any partner. Anyway, the hotel manager and her partner introduced themselves and informed David that if he doesn't find a partner within 45 days, he will be transformed into an animal. This does sound like a prequel to BoJack Horseman, but it isn't. Also, I'd probably be like a yellow rat, but I'm not sure because pink could be cool. How about you? Let me know down in the comments and subscribe. Anyway, the lady asks him what kind of animal he wants to become, to which he replies that he wants to become a ta-da-da-da lobster, as they can live for 100 years and stay fertile all their lives. Now that's a fun fact. So the manager is impressed with this choice as many people choose to become dogs, which is why the world is full of dogs. Before leaving, the hotel's maid cuffs David's right hand to stop him from pleasuring himself, as it is against the hotel's weird rules. This is such a weird movie. So the next morning, David joins the others for breakfast, and there he meets Robert, a man with a lisp, and John, a man with a limp. Now, all the singles are then called up to speak out about their unique traits and attributes. It's basically like Tinder, but weirder. Anyway, so as per the rules, all the singles must find a partner with whom they share common attributes, such as minor ailments. As such, couples are believed to be more compatible. What a great dating tip. Anyway, David doesn't waste any time and approaches a woman with a nosebleed problem to dance with him. Robert and John also begin their search for a partner. After the party, all the singles are taken to hunt down the loners who live in the forest. Now, loners are basically singles who believe that humans should stay alone forever and not love anyone else other than themselves. Yes to independence, just kidding. So anyway, the hotel residents can extend their deadline, literally their deadline, by hunting these loners living in the forest. Each loner they capture earns them a day. They can hunt down the loners by shooting them with tranquilizers, after which they are brought back to the hotel to be transformed into animals. Anyway, by the end of the day, everyone has managed to catch at least one loner, except for David. Another weird hotel rule is that it is mandatory for every single living being in the hotel to get aroused by the hotel maid so that they remain interested in finding a partner quickly. Yeah, so anyway, one day Robert gets caught pleasuring himself. Since this act is somehow banned in the hotel, the manager punishes him by burning his hand in a toaster. Yike. Okay, so on another hunt, a woman with a fondness for biscuits tries talking to David, but he is not interested in her. So she offers him sexual favors, but David was just like, meh, come on, get out of here. So the woman tells David that if she doesn't find a partner soon, she will commit suicide. Meanwhile, John sets his eye on the nosebleed girl and tries talking to her, but she doesn't seem interested in him. So, to win her affection, he smashes his nose in secret and tells her that it happens to him all the time. Soon they get into a relationship and are announced as a couple. They will then be shifted to the couple's room where they will begin their 1-month-long trial partnership. Good for him, I guess? Anyway, time passes by and David has only 7 days left, after which he will be transformed into an animal. Unfortunately, one of the single women, I don't know her name, she's not too important, but she's basically out of time and couldn't find a partner before her deadline. So the hotel manager transforms her into a horse, After which she is taken into the woods, and I'm gonna rename her to Bojack. Yeah, that's a great name. Good for Bojack, I guess. Anyway, later that day, the biscuit-loving woman sadly commits suicide, and as she cries out in pain, a cruel woman watches her and doesn't even bother to help her. Since David is running out of time, he decides to court the cruel woman who holds the record of tranquilizing many loners more than anyone else. So he approaches her and pretends to be enjoying the biscuit-loving woman's suffering, oh god. But since they cannot hear each other clearly because of the cries, they decide to talk later. So yeah, David then joins the cruel woman in a jacuzzi. She suddenly starts choking and has trouble breathing, but David doesn't do anything to help her. It turns out that she was just pretending to die and was testing David whether he would help or not. Anyway, she tells David that they are a match, and the two are soon shifted to the couple's suite. Woohoo! But one morning, the cruel woman wakes up David and tells him that she has killed her brother by kicking him to death. David suppresses his emotions and tells her that it doesn't matter. But after seeing his dead brother's body, who is a dog by the way, he cannot hold his emotions anymore and ends up crying. The cruel woman, let's call her Ross, catches him crying and concludes that their relationship is a lie. As Ross takes David to the hotel manager for punishment, David kicks her and manages to escape. With the help of the maid, he tranquilizes Ross. The maid then tells him to shoot her as well so that no one suspects. He then drags Ross to the transformation room and transforms her into an animal. Afterwards, David escapes from the hotel and runs into the woods. There he meets the leader of the loners, who welcome him into the group. She warns him not to have any kind of romantic or sexual relationship with anyone. He can't even flirt or else he will be punished. One of the loner women, who is also short-sighted like David, looks at him and feels an instant attraction to him. On one hunt, Robert catches David hiding in the woods. David tries to manipulate him by saying that he was and is his best friend. As he keeps Robert engaged in a conversation, the loner woman sneaks up from behind and attacks Robert. Meanwhile, the maid of the hotel meets the loner leader. It turns out that, plot twist, the maid has been working for her for some time and meets her during the hunt to inform her about the situation at the hotel. The hotel maid wants to leave the hotel and live with the loner group. The loner leader tells her that this will be her last mission, as they are going to attack the hotel soon. At the end of every month, the loner leader takes some loners from the group who pretend to be husband and wife. David and the loner woman joins her in the covert mission and go up to a nearby city. Once they return to the woods, David starts spending more time with the loner woman. They both feel an attraction to each other and eventually begin a secret relationship. Oh no. So later that day, the loner leader informs her group that they are going to attack the hotel at night and briefs them about their role. So that night, they manage to sneak inside the hotel, with the maid's help. David goes to the yacht where John and the nosebleed women are currently staying. He reveals to her that John fakes his nosebleed by hitting his nose against the wall or a hard surface, and tells them that they are not suited for each other. Meanwhile, the loner leader goes to the hotel manager's room and holds the couple hostage. The loner leader asks the husband to shoot his wife if he wants to live, which he reluctantly accepts. But it turns out that the gun is not loaded and the loner leader just wanted to show the couple that they don't love each other. Okay, point taken. So later that night, the maid joins the loner group and celebrates with them for their victory. As days pass by, David and the loner women grow closer. They even develop a secret gestural language to communicate with each other when they were with the other loners. They then soon realize that they can't stay any longer with the group, so they decide to run away and stay together forever in the city. But before they can escape, the loner leader finds a journal near the river, where the loner woman has written everything about her affair with David. I don't know why you would write something confidential in a piece of unprotected journal, but whatever. So the loner leader is furious by their betrayal, but she doesn't confront them. Instead, one day, she takes the loner woman to the city, saying that she wants to cure her short-sightedness. But instead, the loner woman becomes blind. So she tries to kill the loner leader, but ends up killing the maid. The loner leader then decides to spare the loner woman, believing that David will leave her, after learning that they don't have any common attributes anymore. After a lot of hesitation, the loner woman reveals her blindness to David. She feared that if David had learned about her blindness, he would have left her, but David decides to stay with her. They then begin searching for any similar attributes that they might have in common, but fail to find any. But since David doesn't want to leave her, he suggests that they should kill the loner leader and run away to the city just like they originally planned. So one evening, David knocks the loner leader unconscious, ties her hands and legs, and then throws her into an open grave. After which, some wild dogs eat her alive. Ew. So, after that, David and the loner woman escape from the woods and walk all the way to the city. They stop at a restaurant where David asks the waiter to give him a steak knife. He then goes to the restroom where he reluctantly prepares to blind himself with the said knife, so that they have matching attributes. This does sound like Romeo and Juliet, but weirder. Anyway, the film ends here, and it isn't clear whether David really blinded himself or the loner woman, or if he left her alone sitting at the restaurant. But yeah, this was the story of the lobster. Let me know down in your comments if it was better if he became like a lobster or something, and subscribe or else I will hunt you. Just kidding, but please do. See you in the next hunt.